Hello everybody, welcome back to my vlog. It's my little channel here, and I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on my shack and show you a couple of the different things I've got, different bits of equipment, and just give you a brief overview of why I chose them, and some of the videos that are going to be coming in the future. I started a new job, and it's just been really knackering me out, and so I've not really had a great deal of brain energy or even physical energy to make any videos. But as I'm getting used to it now, sort of a month in, 6 weeks in, I'll start getting back on with the videos again. But we're going to start off with just showing you a little bit of my shack here. So on the HF side, and I'm going to show you this and tell you the reason why I bought this particular radio. This is an FTDX 3000, and one of the reasons why I bought this radio, not the only reason why I bought this radio, is because it has most of its buttons, most of its changeability buttons and such on the front, as you can see. There's a whole arrangement of buttons, and apart from a few, just the preset, like the microphone, the sort of EQ and stuff going through the menu, a lot of the things I can get to pretty rapidly off the front. And in order to get to a bit of the filtering part and what I want the meter to look like, I've got an SWR on there. I like keeping that there on the meter. So it just gives me a quick look at the condition of the antenna. The processing, mic equalizer on, digital noise filter and digital noise reduction. Easy to get to switch around. It's not touch control, not touch screen, but I can use these to get around this pretty easily. Another reason why I got this particular radio is because it's got 3 antenna inputs on the back. So you got antenna A, which you can transmit receive on. Antenna, let's say antenna 1, you can transmit receive. Antenna 2, you can transmit receive. And antenna 3 is just for receiving. And this can come in handy. At the moment, I've got 2 antennas plugged in. Antenna 1 is my homemade dipole, which is cut for 40 meters. And just to bring it in all across the band, nice and low, I use the internal tuner of this radio. So that's a nice handy feature. It's got an internal tuner. And then I can flick. I use the AB VFO, so I can have 2 lots of channels set. If I click on this there, you see that's on 7.199.999. It's actually somebody on 7.2. But I can't transmit on that, so I have to come down 1 kc and what would that be? That'd be 1 hertz, wouldn't it? 10 hertz, 100 hertz. Yeah. So I have to come down 1 hertz to be able to transmit on that frequency, or I should get this opened up. Maybe that's what I'll do. It's only a jumper inside. I've just not got around to doing anything like that yet. And yeah, so as you can see there, look. Antenna 2 now, it's switched over to it, and there's no tuner. If I go back to the other frequency, you'll see it says tuner there, because it's set up to have the tuner with the dipole, and this is the end-fed half wave. And that brings us on to this matcher. And the matcher is quite a nice one. It's got one of these roller inductors, so it's not like a switch that you switch between, like on that one over there. It switches between on the inductor A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, like that. But this one is actually a roller one, and it's got a numerical value there, so you get an idea of what's what there. And if you notice here, you've got coax 1, coax 2, balanced line wire. There's also a dummy load, and that's all on the tuned side. And then you've got the bypass side as well. Coax 2, coax 1, balanced wire, and a dummy load. Peak, 300 watts. In behind where it says transmitter antenna, there's two nice big air capacitors, and yeah, a little bit like the other one, but this one's just got a few extra bits to it, like the ability to plug in extra antennas. So overall I can have 1, 2, 3 sort of 4 antennas plugged into this radio through the different combinations of between the radio settings and the matcher settings. It says it's a tuner, but it's actually matching, because it matches the impedance to what the radio wants to see. It'll match the antenna impedance using that box. The antenna impedance could be way out there, but it will make sure the radio sees 50 ohms because that's where it's happy. A little bit on them. Now let's go to this one here. Now, if you guys remember, I told you that I would get problems with the local transmitters. I'll put an image up of that on the screen so you can see. That's what I see outside my window, this local commercial transmitter, and sometimes it can give me a bit of a problem, especially if I'm using the 2 meter band, which this is set for now. That's the calling frequency, and I don't have any ability to attenuate the signal strength coming through the antenna into the radio. But luckily, this particular radio, this FT847, has an attenuator just there, so I can hit that and I can stop any problematic noises. And not only does it have that, it also has an RF gain, so I can turn that back as well in order not to be affected. Fingers crossed, or touch wood, so far I've not had any issues. Alright, so I thought I'd just step on my little pussycat because he decided to go to sleep right where my feet are. And yeah, so I've got this for 2 meters, 70 centimeters. It does cover the HF bands as well, and it came with this automatic antenna tuner for the HF bands, but I've not actually got that connected up because I haven't got anything plugged into this for HF. This is my HF radio, and this is just for the 2 meters, 70 centimeters. And if you notice this bit here, satellite, yes, this is a satellite tracking radio as well. I don't know what the capabilities are, I don't know what satellites there are, I've not even played around with that bit yet, but I understand there's a Doppler type tracking system, so it can track as the satellite passes over, so I don't lose the connection. It will change the frequencies a bit. More on that to come, more on all this to come actually. This is just giving you a bit of a wee bit of a look at what I got going on here. And of course, included in that is the output. This radio here as an RX output, so received, whatever comes through I can output, whatever is received I can output from the back of the radio here. It goes into this device here. Oh, let me just get that there, which is an AirSpy HF Pro. So you can see the wire going in. The other one's got a dummy load on it, 50 ohms dummy load. And then that feeds in through that purple wire into the laptop, which really was just resting, not doing anything. But now I have it doing this, and as you can see, there's not a lot of activity, but I'm in the process actually of making a video just there to show you the difference between hardly any activity and when it really livens up, and how this thing with I can control the radio from here, from the computer, and I can control the computer software from the radio frequency wise, and I'll show you how that comes into its own world and how it makes life so much easier. And yeah, just being able to have this like this. One of the reasons why I bought it, because as you can see on here, the actual scope, it's not that good, is it? It's not really that good, and I can't just tap there or there, and then it automatically tunes to it. But I can do that using the on the radio there, the software, and I can just use my mouse and keyboard, because obviously trying to do it from there with the mouse and keyboard might be a bit of a pain in the ASS, but doing it from here, it's quite easy. I still got the first rig I bought. The mic's not plugged in. That's a reminder to let me know that there's no antenna in it, so I will be... It's not a very good thing. It's sat in this little housing because the tone that comes out the top of the speaker is a bit weird, but the way I've got it set up in this housing with some sound dampening material there, it makes the sound actually quite nice, and it's quite easy to listen to. That's from other projects from before, but it can come in handy because it means I can feed input into these radios, because that's a waveform generator, and it does AM, FM and bits and pieces, so I can actually feed input into these radios, and with some other equipment I could test to see if they're good for the receiving bits and pieces. So yeah, still all good relevant stuff. What I power these with is I've got a 50 amp 13.8 volt 0 to 50 amp power supply there. That's a switch mode. And I've also got a linear supply there. That's a 30 amp linear supply. Same voltage, but I've been using this one the most because one, it's the most efficient to use, of course, being a switch mode. And the linear is a bit heavy on the juice. But I've also been trying to get to see if it has any detrimental effect. And it doesn't. I can say quite happily that in all the time I've been using the switch mode, no one's noticed and said, "Hey, have you changed your power supply or something? Is there something weird going on or anything like that?" You know, from the linear, no. So that's what we got going on there. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that because I'm going to be making videos on these, and so if you get a bit of an insight into what I got here, when it comes to making a video, I don't have to go over that again so much. Just touch on it, and yeah, and you'll know sort of what it is I'm talking about. I can always refer back to this video to have a bit of a generalised look. The only thing I have not showed you that I would normally use in this setup is the online SDR. But yes, the online SDR on the computer, the web SDR, let's call it, is a great and vital tool in this. Because even though, let's take a peek now. Let me just move that like that for a second, and let me just spin this up for the web SDR. So even though it may seem like there's hardly anything going on here, what I gotta do is I've got to find it first. Okay, you can hear it. Alright. Let me just turn this down. Right, and I'm going to do it the easy way just for now. Okay, I'm just going to bring this up here. So you can see activity up there. Same band, it's 40 meter band. So you can see there's a lot more activity there. And that's with the SDR in the Netherlands. Let me just put that there so I can, what do I want to do? Yeah, contrast and compare. And if I just bring that back to my reception, not very good, which means it's bad into G. It's bad, it's not very good. We're working on a longer skip than a shorter skip in the UK at the moment. So again, sorry for this, doing it rubbish like this. I should have done a recording on that screen, but I didn't. So as you can see, look, there's more activity there, stronger activity. And that's not but it's a great tool to use, because if you can't hear anything on here, like I'm now going to switch this one here to 7127. Let's go on this one, that's 7127. Okay. That's about a signal strength 67. And over there we've also got a signal strength 67. But as you can see, there's more activity there. And if I flick it to something else, I'm just going to leave that the way that is for a second. Let's flick it to I'm just going to try and... Okay. That's probably a German station. And it's probably not that fair actually, me trying to do it like that. If I just, it's going to be easy for me to do it on here. 7122. This is it. Let's just do it on here, 7122. Let's see what we can hear. You can hear it there, but it's nowhere as good. See, it's better to hear it on the SDR. So let me just turn that down. So that's it, yeah. So I'm not going to go too much into the SDR. We'll look at more of that stuff as we go along. Just wanted to show you the way I got my little setup in the shack. And I don't know if you can see through there, but I have got ferrite cores all over the place on this thing. Oh, wrong way. Let's go there. Let's see if we can see at the back there. See it just coming into focus and going out of focus a little bit. That's coming in on the dipole. And if I just move that over there to, as you can see, that there's another one there that's coming in on the, get that to tap there. That's coming in on the end-fed half wave. That's a bit further back away from the radio. Let's do that like that. So yeah, we've got cores coming in there, and you might be able to see there's one there right in the middle of the screen on the keyboard, and in the background there you can see a few in the background there in between those two, because they are, in actual fact I can see 4. So hopefully you can see that, guys. There you go. And that's just going on the leads there. So yeah, there's these little cores all over the place, because there's, you know, RF can come back down the outside of the cable, get in the shack and start messing things around, like turning off keyboards and bits when you're keying up on 20 meters of a key up. I did have the keyboard going off and I'd have to unplug it and plug it back in again to get it working. But sticking a couple of ferrite cores, these are supposed to be high performance ferrite cores, on the outside, it stops the RF on the outside and just stops that issue. It hasn't cured all the issue, because I still got RF coming in. I'm just using ferrite cores to deal with it. But what it has done is stop the actual problem of the things being switched off. Oh, and as you can see, like, I've got a couple of little handhelds there as well, with my trusty Rigel DP832 that I don't really use that much anymore, but it will come back in handy. That's why I'm not going to get rid of it. We've got a couple of handhelds there which are great for the repeaters, local repeaters here sitting in the garden, and this will actually do a bit of a crossband repeating, which means I can actually go outside in the garden with one of these radios with a little tiny antenna on it, transmit, it'll come through here on the one frequency. Let's say that frequency there, it's not that frequency, but let's just pretend it was 4371500, and then it could transmit out on 145500. So it could use the radio here to be my transmitter, and yeah, that's good fun. But I've not actually got around to doing it. It's a facility on there, and it's something that we can look at in the future. So that's it. I just wanted to show you that, guys. And yeah, if you've got any of this kit, you've had experiences with this kit from the Kenwood TS440 there on the left hand side, to the DX3000, the FT847, the MFJ 969 tuner, or the FC20 Yaesu automatic tuner, AirSpy HF Plus for the SDR, HD SDR software, and yeah, even the web SDR facility there coming through. You got any experience of that you want to share? I'd love to hear it. Maybe we can work on some stuff, bits and pieces, troubleshoot, do bits and pieces together. And yeah, but until the next time, I shall say bye-bye for now, or 73 in amateur radio language, which means best wishes from myself, M7SVW in the UK, 73.